ladies and gentlemen, namaste. I am Meema from the Pandemics team. And yes, we are still broadcasting live from England. So, today's session, we are going to be looking at three things. Number one, we shall be doing some blunder busting or boo-boo busting, like I like to call it. Number two, we need to pick a prize winner for last week's competition. And then number three, we need to set a competition for this week. So to be able to speak English or any language well, you need to be able to practice. And I appreciate not all of you have access to conversing with native speakers. So let's try alternative ways to help improve your proficiency with the English language. So in the last session, I suggested or recommended that you, to improve your proficiency with the English language, you watch and listen to great native English speakers. Then you mimic them, copy them. So that's your practice. So you're replicating, mimicking what they're saying. Now, I would like you to take that a little further. So let's go the next step. So number one, observation. Observe a great native speaker. Number two, you need to practice that. So I want you to mimic. So you shall be mimicking. So as you're mimicking them, you're actually practicing speaking English. Now, number four, do it in front of a mirror so you can actually see what you look like. But I want you to try recording. Record yourself. Now, record yourself so you can see and evaluate your own performance. Did you know that's not just me telling you this? One of the top universities in the world, Cambridge University or University of Cambridge, this is a philosophy it teaches its students. So whilst I was studying at Cambridge, they used to often make us stand in front of our peers and record ourselves. Yes. And you know something? Initially, it was very, very nerve-wracking. It was so intimidating standing up in front of 30, 40, 60 peers and having to speak, and you were being recorded. And what do they do with the recording? We watch it back and we evaluate, we self-evaluate. And trust me, the more you do it, the better you get at it. Now, I have no problem in standing in front of 300 people, 500 people doing a conference. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. So you guys can do it too. Because you know something? Many years ago, even I was so nervous. I didn't have the confidence to stand in front of people and talk and do presentations, do training seminars. Now I do. Why? My confidence increased, and that is by practicing. And I used to practice by myself, like Cambridge University taught me to, and keep recording myself. One of my first sessions I did, oh dear, it was terrible. But you know what? None of my guests would have told me, none of my students would have told me it was terrible. I watched myself on video and I was like, wow, oh Bapre, that was terrible. Self-evaluation is very, very good. Try these 5 things: observe, mimic, practice, record, and evaluate. Evaluate yourself, okay? Now, moving on to the blunder busting session, or what I like to call boo-boo busting. So what is a boo-boo or a blunder? Well, a blunder or a boo-boo is an error, a mistake, basically. And these are sentences that I have often heard my friends, my colleagues, and occasionally other YouTube English teachers say. Sentence number 1. I told my friend that I had sold my watch. My friend responded by asking, did somebody paid you for your watch? That's the wrong tense or wrong word actually. You would not say, did somebody paid you? No. You would say, did somebody pay you for your watch? You could ask that, did somebody pay you for your watch? Alternatively, you could say, oh, were you paid for your watch? Did you get paid for your watch? But to say, did somebody paid you is wrong. Now, sentence number 2. My friend was wearing a new coat. So I asked her, is this a new coat? She responded by saying, no, I have had this coat since 2 years. You can't say since 2 years. That is grammatically incorrect. You could say, I have had this coat for 2 years, or I have had this coat since 2018, or I have had this coat for a very long time. I have had this jumper, I have had this hat since. No, I've had this hat for ages. I love hats. I have had this polo since forever. That is informal, very casual, where we say, oh, I've had it since forever. But that isn't really formal English or grammatically correct. Sentence number 3. So I said something to my friend and she didn't quite understand. So she said, sorry, what did you said, Meema? No, it's not what did you said. You would say, sorry, what was that? Or sorry, what did you say? What did you say? Not said. Okay. Now, what? It's time to pick the winner from last week's competition. So let's look at what the competition was last week. So there was 3 sentences that you were given and asked to choose the correct answer. So these were the 3 sentences. Number 1, Raj and I are going to the cinema tonight. Number 2, myself and Raj are going to the cinema tonight. Number 3, Raj and me are going to the cinema tonight. So which one was correct or the better option to say? So did you know, normally in the English language, when there are several people mentioned in a sentence, yourself as a speaker, you generally put yourself last. This is considered more polite, more respectful, as you're giving the other person or people more importance and respect. So taking that into consideration, which of them options, sentences, actually put the other person or people first? Well, it is number 1 and number 3. So number 2 is obviously incorrect. The correct option was sentence number 1. Well done to those of you who got that right. It is not myself and Raj, because you're putting yourself first and giving yourself more importance. So no. Now, sentence number 3, saying Raj and me are going to the cinema tonight is poor English. So now it's time to pick a winner. Here's my magic hat. You know, I love hats. I have a hat fetish actually. Now, that's a new word, fetish. Go away and look up what it means. So, there was actually only a few people that got the correct sentence. So well done, you guys. So, we'll go for this one. So let's see who the lucky winner is. And what does a lucky winner get? Well, they get 1 hour of free conversation or tuition with me. We had a lot of fun with the 2 previous winners. Now, just to remind you guys that the winner will get 1 hour, usually a lot more, free conversation with me. However, it does not mean that they will all necessarily appear on YouTube. That is down to my schedule, work commitments, etc. But you will definitely get time to converse with me, or the opportunity to converse with me. So today's lucky winner is a Mr. Sankar. Well done. I shall be in touch, Sankar, okay, to arrange our session. Now what? For this week's competition, here we have an anagram. I would like you to unscramble or unjumble these words. So yes, your task is to rearrange the letters to make a word that makes sense. And remember, the lucky winner gets 1 hour of free conversation or tuition, whatever they require, with me. So please do enter. Thank you for watching and take care. And please don't forget to like, share, and bye.